What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to a new Football Manager adventure. And this is one that lots of people have been asking for. They've been asking me, Jack, when are you coming back to the lower leagues of England? When are we going to get a proper kind of Road to Glory series again? And well, the answer is starting right now. Yes, we have got a Tier 10 database made by the FM editor, which you can find in the description. And we're going to be starting unemployed, finding a job in the 10th tier of English football with the lowest possible kind of manager setup. And well, we're just going to go on an adventure. We may switch teams, we may stick it out with the first team that we find, but yeah, that is all kind of to be decided, I guess. I have no idea how this is going to go. I've never started down in the 10th tier of England before. You can see me setting up the database here, force loading all the UK-based players. I've also loaded up Bulgaria for the custom start date at the end of May. My thinking there being loads of time to get a job, and we'll also get a proper pre-season with whatever our first team is. Anyway, you can see here me setting up my profile. We've dusted off the signature green and red suit, although now we've got a tie that is going to adapt with our team colours. We're really pushing the boat out. And, well, yeah, you can see here, England, Tier 10, that's a lot of leagues. Yes, the reason I've not got more leagues loaded and more nations loaded is because there are so many leagues there that it's going to take a long time to get through. And, well, you can see here my manager attributes. They are not great. Sunday League footballer, no past experience. In the end, I've gone with determination, so hopefully I can beg the board for some stuff and get through requests. And fitness coaching felt like it might be useful in non-league where we're not going to have proper training. I would love to put something into man management or level of discipline, but when you've got 6 kind of points to allocate, they don't really go too far. So here we are, you can see a list of all the available jobs. I am very quickly, in this pre-recorded footage, going to untick all the leagues outside of Tier 10. It turns out there's quite a lot of leagues, as you can see here, but once I finally got through them all, here is all the possibilities for teams that we could manage. And well, you can see here, there's quite a blooming lot of them. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to go away, I'm going to look through this list, make a short list of 4 or 5 teams, and we'll come back and try and make a decision. We'll talk through different teams, what the pluses and minuses of are them. Of course, with this being my first job of this series, it's important that I get off to a good start, and whatever the first team is that we pick is going to be extremely, extremely important, because I don't want to get sacked in my first job. And when you're in the lower leagues like this, that can just happen. You don't have players on contracts, players get poached, and it's all a bit of a nightmare. Anyway, you can see here just a look at my manager profile and my characteristics. Hopefully these are going to evolve in time, and well, I'm going to go and see what jobs are available. So I'll be back in a little while. This is going to be extensive research, but hopefully there's going to be a job that is particularly appealing for us. So I have now spent the last hour looking at teams that we could manage, and I've not hit continue once. This is the beauty of a lower league save like this. This first job is going to be so important for us. Obviously, a hell of a lot of jobs here. And there were some very, very interesting teams on this list. A few honourable mentions before we get into my official shortlist, of which I found 4 clubs that I think are pretty good fits for us. I have to give a little shout out to Cadbury Athletic, who I'm sure pay their players with chocolate bars. Their nickname is the Chocolate Men. What a name that is. The other team that I discovered exist is Cheddar. Not Cheddar FC, not Cheddar Town, just Cheddar. These guys, they love their cheese. They're known as the Cheese Men, and they have possibly the greatest badge I've ever seen a football club have. For some reason, it looks a little like Nicolas Cage to me. Maybe I'm seeing things there, but both of those teams, they almost appeared on the shortlist. They were nearly there. I'm much happier as a human being knowing these 2 clubs exist, but they're not the teams we're looking at. And, well, let's have a look at the 4 teams that I've discovered who, I think for various different reasons, could be particularly attractive prospects. So the first team that made my shortlist is Falmouth Town. They are a team predicted to win the league that they're in Tier 10, which is the South West Peninsula League Premier West. That is not an easy name to say. You can see in their division only 1 team goes up, but if we just look at things here, a lot of their players feature in the Media Dream 11. If we just look at their club, their key player is Ian Hodges, 36 years young. Look at this non-league career he's had. He scored 12 goals in the National League almost 20 years ago. It's going to be interesting to see what becomes of him. Worth noting as well, I'm sure you've noticed it, I'm playing with attribute masking on for this series. I normally play with it off because I don't necessarily feel like it makes the best viewing experience not being able to see exactly how good opposition teams are. But I wanted to challenge myself well and truly, and I absolutely had to have it turned on. So we can't see a thing, which is going to be disastrous. But yes, Falmouth Town, very good. They've got some nice wage budget as well. The big negative is Falmouth is in the middle of blooming nowhere. And with these lower league saves, one of the big things that you have to do is basically harvest the talent that gets released from clubs around you. And because Falmouth is in the middle of the southwest of England in Cornwall, there's no real top flight teams around them of note. It's going to be tricky to get in super good talent. So they've got potential. They've got a very good first team as well and a pretty big first 11 kind of squad. But that location would be a massive hindrance despite the money they've got to spend. Team number 2 on my shortlist is FC Oswestry Town, a club in a good little location actually. They are right on the border with Wales, and that's kind of reflected in the fact that if we look at their facilities here, you can see they've got crazy facilities for this level. I say crazy. This gives you an idea of how far down the football pyramid we've gone. 1.5 stars is crazy. Every other team I looked at had half a star. The reason that their facilities are so good is that they share them with the Welsh side, the New Saints, who, well, they've been quite a dominant force in Welsh football for a number of years. And, well, you share a stadium and the facilities with them. FC Oswestry Town is actually a club that was dissolved under the name Oswestry Lions many years ago. They were reborn in 2012, got promoted to Tier 10 just last year. And they're an amateur club, which isn't ideal. Their wage budget, they're over. They're spending £7 too much on wages. Their wage budget is not applicable. But they do have an international in Lewis Moss, who apparently is an international for Barbados. Started his career at Wrexham, spent a year in America, as you do, and now plays at Oswestry Town. I don't know what to make of that. He could turn into some crazy player who we end up seeing down the line, but they're on the shortlist because of their facilities. Everything else scares me about them, though. It'd be a bit of a punt, a bit of a risk, predicted to finish 8th, but they are a team under consideration. Team number 3 on the shortlist, and actually one of the 2 teams that I'm really seriously considering and leaning towards, is Tolaw Town, a team based in Durham, in a very small town that has just a matter of a few thousand people. They don't have the good facilities that we saw with Oswestry, but they are semi-professional. They're spending £1,400 a week on wages, which was the most of all the teams that I could see in this kind of division of and this tier of English football. Their balance is only £900. That strikes me as a possible problem. You can see Daniel Harvey is considered their key player. He is on £550 a week. You've just seen Oswestry not having a budget. The idea that you can have a player on £500 is crazy. They've also got Robbie Iverson as well, who's on £500+ a week. In truth, if I was to go to Tolaw Town, they would probably be the first 2 players I get rid of, because I feel like those wages could be a big hindrance to the club and really drag the team down. You can see here, their first team doesn't have a striker. I did notice they have an under-23s and an under-18s, but I don't know if you can expect them to necessarily have a striker good enough for their division. That said, they are playing in the Northern League Division 2, which has 2 automatic promotion spots, which is quite unique for at this level, so twice the opportunity to get promoted. And right now they are evens on to finish 2nd in the league. They've got 1 or 2 players here in the best 11. I feel like they're a team with potential. They've got lots of money. I feel like that would be a big project here at Tolaw Town. Finances may be a problem. We'd have to try and sort them out. But at the same time, if you could free up that budget, you could go kind of crazy and just create a team from scratch because of how small their first squad is that could maybe, be a really formidable force year 1. And the final team here on my list of 4 shortlisted teams is Whitchurch United. Media prediction 7th, founded over 100 years ago. They've got a good wage budget. They've got a pretty good location, not too far from London, and I think that would help out massively. I think the fact that they've got just quite a good infrastructure here. You can see they were relegated from the Wessex Premier back in 2017. They now sit in this league, the Sydenham's Wessex Division 1, where 2 teams again get promoted, which is definitely a big appeal. You can see they're not exactly the most favoured team in the division, having been newly promoted, but they're a team with a lot of potential, even if they haven't got a player in the dream starting 11, which is a little bit of a shame. They also have one very interesting player that I stumbled across, and that is Tareen Manders, who, if we look at here, 32 years old, plays for the Bermuda national team, 11 caps and a goal to his name, and look at this career. I say look at this career like it's going to be something beautiful. I just like it because it's a little bit different. But yes, it would be a challenge going to Whitchurch. They've got good finances though and some money to spend. Their location being in close proximity to London could help massively with picking up talent. And I really like their badge as well. It's a cool looking badge, and that is, when you're playing Football Manager and you're managing a team, you're staring at a badge all the time. A good looking badge goes a hell of a long way, and I think I look quite good in red and white as well. Okay guys, so I have come to the decision. You can see on screen I've applied for 2 of the teams we looked at, Tolaw Town and Falmouth Town. I feel like Tolaw is more of a project, more of a longer term thing. There's a little bit more money to spend there. That could scale up a bit longer term, assuming the wage budget is kept as high as it is. Their location is good, lots of talent to bring in, and a good media prediction to boot. And the other team that I've gone for is Falmouth. Built for success immediately, would probably be a short-term hop-on, hop-off, see if we can get promoted and match that media expectation, see if that helps us out. I don't know how much long-term scalability there is there, but they have a good first team off the bat. So I'm going to go forward. Hopefully we get job interviews, otherwise this is going to be very, very embarrassing. And, I'll be back with any further updates, I guess. Hey, this is what I want to see. It's been a week of twiddling my thumbs, but Falmouth have got back to me. Like any good job interview, I was kind of sat thinking, oh, what if they don't come back to me? What if I don't even get an interview? But we've got an interview. So let's see what Falmouth have in terms of plans. So Jack Gould is their chairman. Fantastic name, Jack. I like it a lot. Can you explain why you appear to be in the running for a few jobs? I'm considering my options. They're looking to hire a manager comfortable with working with limited resources. I mean, I like to wheel and deal. I like a free transfer. So yeah, I can do that for you, Jack. Right, the big thing here, philosophy. So they want us to sign under 23 players for the first team. We have to work inside a wage budget. First year, they want promotion by winning the league. They have quite big expectations as well in a few of the other competitions we're going to be in. I can't say I know a lot about the Walter C. Parsons Cup. You guys can let me know. And then longer term, they want to stay in the Tool Station League, which I guess is Tier 9. I feel like this is going to be a learning experience for me in terms of, I'm going to be honest, I don't know a lot about Tier 10 of England and how it all works, so we're going to do some learning on the job. Okay, so they offer me £900 of a wage budget. I'm happy to work with that. Just because we're so far below that right now, that would give me plenty of money to maybe bring in some staff members and some players. And I'm not going to push my luck because I need a job. I'm not going to ask for anything else. But I think we did quite well with that job interview. You can see there's some other job recommendations there. Not interested in them. I've got my eyes on 2 jobs. And, I'm hoping that we'll get one at Tolaw Town as well. So I'll come back again if there's any more updates. And, just a day later, look at that, another job interview, this time with Tolaw Town. I might push my luck here and ask for some more money, Worcester, by the way, they were asking if I wanted a job interview. I told them no, not a good fit. I'm not sure how that's going to go down, but, let's see what Sandra's got to say. It's lovely to be here, Sandra. I'm going to go the exact same answer again. They want me to hire... they want to hire a manager who's good at working with limited resources. I can do that. Right. Here's the club's current vision for the future. So they want us to make progress on and off the pitch. Work within the wage budget. I'm a little bit scared of that, particularly with 2 players on over £500. I might ask for a bit more money. Expectations year 1. Mid-table finish. You're predicted to finish second. We can do better than that. You can see that they want us to win promotion year 2 and then remain in the Northern Football League the year after that. I'm not gonna big up the expectations too much. I'm just gonna say, yeah, that's fine. Right, if hired, we would expect a mid-table finish. Do I think I could do better? Oh, top 5? Could I get top 5? I mean, there's only 20 teams in the league, and we're predicted to finish second. I'm already saying we. I'm gonna say top 5. They'll give us a wage budget of £1,600 a week. I want a much larger wage budget. I'm worried I'm going to regret that. I'm not going to ask for anything else, but I'm going to push my luck with Sandra and see if it goes anywhere. I feel like for me personally, Tolaw Town would be the better fit over Falmouth, but both are actually really good starting points as far as I'm concerned. I feel like it's very much down to how... Between these 2 teams, if it wasn't me playing it, it would come down to how do you like to play Football Manager. And the way I like to play Football Manager is mould a team of my own, develop something from nothing. And I feel like Tolaw Town has more of that than Falmouth, which would be more of a walk in, get promoted, don't really need to sign anyone, jobs are good, and which I'm not a massive fan of. Anyway, I'm going to go forward. We might have a while to wait. There's 71 emails in my inbox. I'll be back soon. We'll see what's happening. And well, Falmouth Town, they've seen what's happening. They've offered me a job, actually, before I'd even hit continue. Right at the top of those 71 emails, they're there going, yeah, we want to give you the job. £240 a week. Do I want to... Can I delay? I feel like Tolor's the better fit. I'm going to delay it for a week. They've agreed to it, which is a bit of a relief. Tolor, please come to me now. My heart's made up its mind over the course of recording this pre-season. I want Tolor. Sandra, give me the call, please. Oh my word. They actually gave me a way bigger wage budget. So they want to give me more money than Falmouth, which is nice. The wage budget is £2,000 a week. That is crazy for this level. Crazy. Let's start these negotiations. Now, normally in Football Manager, people say, why do I need to ask for a load of wage budget? And the reason is for better job security. But because of how small this club is and the fact I don't really want to be using up more than 20% of the wage budget on my own wages, I'm actually just going to say £85 a week. That's slightly different to 85,000, isn't it? But no, I'm going to say £85 a week. I don't care if... I don't care if it makes my job more insecure. It's going to give me more money to work with, and it's only a year-long contract anyway, and it's not a lot of money in the grand scheme of things. So I want £85 a week, Sandra. Give me it. Let's sign the dotted line. Tolor Town, our adventure begins with you now. And well, I'm actually going to end things here, guys. Tomorrow we will have episode 2 of this series, Tolor Town. Episode 1, club number 1 as well. I'm so excited to see what we can do here. You guys can let me know what you thought of the managerial decision making. Would you have gone to Falmouth? Would you have gone to one of the other teams? If you're following in my footsteps and use this custom database, which as I said you can find down in the description, let me know how you get on. And well, if you've enjoyed this video, do drop a like on it. It's super duper appreciated. Yeah, I know a lot of people have been wanting a lower league English save. I've been wanting to do it as well, starting in tier 10, lower than I've ever gone before. Attribute masking on. It's going to be challenging, but I do feel like we've got a really, really good job here at Tolor. My only concern is the finances, but we'll figure them out on the way. And well, next time we're going to get our teeth into this. Hopefully I see you guys then. Thank you again for watching. As always, 2020 is going to be a crazy year here on the channel. And well, I will talk to you guys in a bit. It's me, Jack, and I'm out.